Hey guys, I'm going to be identifying the parts of a sailboat. On my contract it says bow and stern, but might as well just not do two. Just might as well do one, because basically the same thing's just twice on a boat because the main's on the jib. So first we're gonna start. Sorry, this is the bow, the front of the boat. The stern is the back of the boat. So then let's go to number 1, because that was number 10 and 13, I guess. So number 1, right there, that is the forestay. The forestay is what you clip the jib onto on the main boat that I sail. But on another sailboat at the club, the jib actually wraps around it, and so it's like super easy to pull out when you get onto the water. But we don't have those luxuries sometimes, so that's what you clip it onto. And then number 2 is the jib halyard. So anything on a boat is not a rope, it is a line, and then the line becomes a halyard or sheet. A halyard lifts it up, the sheet moves it in and out. And so this is a jib halyard because it lifts it up. And then number 3 is the jib head. So, I mean, I think that's pretty common sense. It's the top of the sail. So number 4 is the jib leech, and it's kind of in between, closest to the mast and in between them. So, yeah. Number 5 is the jib luff. It's closest to the forestay, between the two ends. And then number 6 is just what we're referring to this entire time, the jib. It's pointing to the middle, it's just a jib. Then number 7 is a clew. So the 7 is a clew, and the clew like kind of controls where you go. So for the clew, you connect the jib sheet onto it, and like that's kind of what tacking is. Some places call it a clew, some places call it a tack. My guy calls it a clew. And so basically you connect your jib sheets onto it, and you usually tie a bowline for both of them. Pretty simple knot. And then for a tack, you let one side go and pull it to the other side. And so basically the clew like controls the entire thing, like back, forth, and can keep you going where you want to go, and sometimes where you don't want to go. So, okay, number 8 is the foot. I mean, it's just the bottom. Number 9, let's see what number 9 is pointing to. Oh, number 9 is pointing to that little blue line. Oh, sorry, that little blue line. That really, the deck. I mean, one thing about the deck is on sailboats, it can get really choppy really fast. So if you're moving, even on the dock, because like it can rock back and forth with oncoming wake, whatever. Even on the dock or whatever, you want to have 3 points of contact with the deck or like the forestay or any line. I mean, lines are less reliable because, I mean, they move, but you want to have 3 points of contact, usually 2 feet, 1 hand, or 1 hand, 1 foot, 2 hands, like while you're moving. Just for safety, just so you don't go overboard or anything. Number 10, we've already went over that, bow. Number 11, that is the kill board. So mine on my boat is like an actual board that you stick in. On these bigger boats that we sail, they're like kind of already made into the boat. Like they're on the bottom, you don't have to stick it in every time, so that's really nice. And really, it just helps you heal. Okay. Number 12, that's the jib sheet we were talking about, connected to the clew. Number 13, that is just the hull. That is just the hull. Number 14, what is that pointing to? Okay, so number 14 is the main sheet. You see how it, on this diagram anyways, it goes like down. So that's because you have like one huge safety line on the boat, and that's like right here with like the tiller where the captain's sitting and whatever and whatnot. So basically, it can be used for different things. You can wing and wing when you're going downwind, or you can use it like, you can just take it out to catch more wind or whatever. But it can also be like a huge safety line, because if you start heeling more than comfort, like in like extreme winds, you can always just roll that main sheet out, making the mainsail. So this is what the mainsail is. Here's the jib. This is what the mainsail is. If you go like this, it loses it's no longer catching the wind coming from that way, because you want to be as close to the wind as you can. So it is no longer catching the wind. And then usually it evens you out. It goes from like this much of a heel probably to like that much, which a lot of people feel much safer, especially in extreme winds. If you don't let it out, you can also rip your sail in really extreme winds. Okay. That was 14. 15 is just the stern. Just the stern. 16. Sorry, I'm late. So 16 is that long board in the back. That's the rudder. That's actually what like controls. I mean, it's not what controls. It controls it in the water. So yeah, and that is controlled by the tiller, which is number 17. That long stick. Sorry, I don't know if you can see. I'm trying. That long stick, that's number 17. So the thing about the tiller is it is connected to the rudder. When you pull it towards starboard, you're going to start going to port. Pull it towards port, you're going to start going starboard. So, I mean, it kind of takes a little bit getting used to, because you're like, oh, I want to go right. Right. No, you're going left. Like, yeah. But, okay. Number 18 is the boom. It's the boom. It is what kind of like connects to the main sheet to roll out, roll in. And sometimes if you have it loose and the wind shifts, boom, it's going to come slamming to the other side. And you just don't want to get hit with that, because it can knock you off the boat. It can give you a concussion. It could kill you sometimes, depending how big it is. Some of them, the one we were on in the beach, probably about that big. The size of my head. That's crazy. But the one we're on is about that size. All the ones I've been on. And then the one I have is like that size. So yeah. Number 19 is the out haul. It's basically like kind of the same thing as a clue. I mean, it does the same thing. It's just called out haul because it's on the main instead of the jib. Number 20 is actually the clue. It's just like, I don't even know how to explain it. So the out haul, like on our thing, it's marked clue, right? But the out haul is just technically like the piece is on the clue. The clue is still the edge, but the out haul is like the metal piece that like is like that. Basically keeping it strong so it doesn't break. 21 is the foot. Yep, that is the foot. 22. The tack. Do I know why it's called a tack? When you're not tacking with it, don't really know. But I'm 100% sure that is a tack. Number 23 is the shroud. So the shroud, basically, it's there for a bunch of different reasons. It's there for safety. It can also be really annoying because you can get, like, when you're trying to tack or whatever, you can get your line caught on the shroud. Yeah, it's just kind of there. We've never really, like, intentionally used it. Okay, number 24 is the main leech. It's kind of in the middle. Number 26, that's just the main sail. Number 27 is the main... Hold on. Number 27. I don't really, like, I know what it is because... But I feel like what we call it is not the right name. We call it telltales. So basically, telltales, there's like a place to put them on the mainsail, and there's some on the jib, but they're like not the same. They're like just string. So tailtails, basically, they're on the edge of the sail, like that. Well, hold on, like that. And as like when it's like dead or you're not hitting the wind right, they'll be like that. And then the moment you start hitting the wind right, they'll be like waving all in the wind like a flag. Okay. 28. That is the main head. 29. Main halyard lifts it up. No, not a rope, not a line, a halyard. 30 is the mast. It's the big long thing. So, yeah. That's me explaining and identifying each part of the sailboat.